Okay, right, I thought it'd be easier to do a quick video. It's easier to follow somebody, I think, than to be told it over comms. So, load up DCS, go into settings. We had a lot of issue yesterday on the first flying of the Spitfire. It was just so sensitive, it was unreal. Some of that can be alleviated, so what we want to do is we want to go into special and we want to click on the Spitfire, and we want to make sure that auto rudder is off and takeoff assistance is set to 0. Now when I loaded my game up after finding this out, the auto rudder was on and the takeoff assistance was at 100, so taking those off does make quite a difference. Then you want to go to controls. Now make sure the spit is selected and you want to go down to stick. You don't want to go to stick, you want to go to where is it? Axis commands, there we go. Okay, now the three you want to affect are pitch is the first one. Now you want to click once where you've got your joystick mapped and you want to go to axis tune. Now for me, when I loaded these up, they were dead straight, there was no dead zone or anything. So you want to select your dead zone, and I've found that setting it to 5 is a good average. It seems to work for me. And then you want to go to curvature, which again, when I came to it was dead straight, set to 0. You want to set that to 30. Now I can't actually select 30 because I've got quite a sensitive mouse, which is a bit bizarre. Oh, there you go, 30, happy days. Click OK. Now you want to follow those settings. For roll, again, click on the joystick, axis tune. I've got the same setup, dead zone is on 5, curvature, see if we can get 30. No, bored now. 31, happy days, okay. And you want to do the same for the rudder. Okay, axis tune, dead zone of 5, curvature of 29, 30, whatever, as close to 30 as you can get it. Now that instantly made an absolutely massive difference when I put it on today, so I was quite pleased that I found that. Now we want to try we want to go into, I'm just going to set it up as a multiplayer server in all honesty, just because it's a bit easier. We want to make sure training flight is selected. I'm purposely trying to scoot the options I've got because I've got my password and everything put in. We want to start and give it a second to load. Okay, we're in. So this is basically just a quick mission I've put together. Well, it's not even a mission, it's just a training scenario. There's all the different planes that I've got. I've got to drop a couple more in the 109, the 190, and there's 2 of each. It's literally just getting so we can get one up. So you want to left click on whichever plane you want to take. In this case I'm taking the Spitfire because it's my new one. I'm trying to learn how to fly it. And then you click on briefing, and yeah, that's just basically saying what it is. Combat air patrol. It's not, it's just a flyabout. There's no objective, no whatever else. Fly, and you will load in, and I think I've got this to auto engine start. That's just because I haven't changed the mission since I've done it. If you want to start with a cold engine and you can't be bothered going through all the setup, when you're in, and you've got to press pause button on your keyboard, and then you'll go straight in. If I can find it with my headset on, hold on, there it is. Press pause and then you're in game. Okay, now assuming your engine is from a cold start and you don't want to go through the setup, if you press the home button on the keyboard, it will do it all for you, which is quite neat.
Tally ship at bullseye 307 for 220.
Okay, there's a couple of things that I've picked up with this. Now the first one you want to do, how much difference this actually makes in reality I'm not sure, but I managed to get it up, so we're quids in. is put the elevator trim to neutral. You want it in the middle. And what I'm looking at is that dial there. Okay. If you look at that dial now, when I move the trim, it moves. So you want it on as neutral as you can get it. Now the other thing we've learnt with this, you need to set your wheel brakes up, obviously, as a bare basic really, otherwise you're not going to be able to taxi. You want to keep it between 1000 and 1500 RPM while you're taxiing, and for every little movement you want to do on the rudder you need to apply the brakes, otherwise it's going to go all over the shop. So what I'm going to do, just so that I don't overspool it, is I'm going to take my pitch back, keep the revs down, and then we're going to get going. Now if you watch the brake on the joystick, which is this one here, see? Now because I haven't got an axis set to it, or toe brakes, what's that coming in? That was a hawk. Huh. If I leave it on, the brakes are going to go fully on and I'm going to nose over. So all you're doing literally is tapping it like this. It's just enough to keep the plane in. So let's have a crack at it. Now I realise I haven't set the aircraft up properly, but this is just trying to help you out on your first one so you don't get frustrated. Okay. Now the rudder is a lot better since we've set the curvatures, as is everything else. It's not quite so violent, and it allows you just to make little movements and it won't go all the way. So let's have a, oh, too many happy days. Now all you want to do, a little bit on the revs, and I'm just tapping the brakes as I'm moving, otherwise it's going to spin out. For every rudder input you do, you just want to tap the brakes and it keeps it in check. I'm going to taxi down to the end of the runway. And this might take a while, so well, in fact I won't take it out of the video, but you can wind on a little bit because it's going to take me a couple of minutes to get down there. So we're going. Happy days. Going to keep it nice and slow, looking around. I don't know how this is going to look on the video because I'm in the VR at the minute. Oh. Just don't want to let the speed, don't want the speed to take off, otherwise you're in a world of pain. Just tap in the brakes, tap in the brakes. There we go. She's not easy to keep in a straight line. Is that landing or taking off? It's taking off. It's an interesting scenario, really. You'll notice probably on the video that my graphics are turned down a little bit. This is because of the VR. Just roll her up, roll her up, roll her up. Bit of a joystick twitch there. I want to turn that off. I don't want that on yet. That's what happens when you look down at your keyboard. That's the one. Happy days. Okay, back on track. Sorry about that. Go. Not too much, not too much. It might seem like I'm being ridiculously cautious here, but as soon as you get to have a crack at it, you'll know why. Okay. And there are two schools of thoughts for taking off. Or, in my mind there is anyway. First one is to increment the RPM. And the second one is just to go for it. Steady. That's a bit sharp. Okay. What's this coming in here? I really should have took these off. Don't know what that is. Come on. Let's go. I think it's a tornado. Okay. We're going to straighten up on the runway. Okay, let's have a quick look. There she is. Runway looks pretty clear. Let's get up while we can. Nothing else going on. Okay, so we want to put our prop pitch back up. And let's see what happens. Hold her on the brakes. Full throttle. Well, not full throttle. Hold her on the brakes. 2000 RPM. Let her off, let her go. Little adjustments, otherwise she's going to bite you. Little adjustments. And you're up. 100 knots. Straighten her out. Raise the gear. There we go. Just got a little bit of height. Ooh, come off at a bit of an angle there. Phone's going. Right, let's have a look. Sorry about that. Right. Always something trying to bother you. Okay. What we want to do now is trim her up a little bit. So dead stick, we're nosing down and we're heading off to the left. Actually, before we do that, let's get the revs down a little bit. We want to be flying at, I think it's 8 or 9 boost. Just about there. That's good. Now we need to trim the nose up a little bit. And we need some right rudder. A bit more. Too much. That's dead stick. Pretty much there. There we go. Happy days. So we're up. Now, like I say, before I did the curves, on the joystick, she was very wallowy. Now, it's difficult to explain it, but it's a lot better. Now quite confident with tight turns without it wallowing all over. Let's turn back round. Let's go over the. Let's go back over the airfield, shall we? Where is it? There it is. Okay. Beautiful aircraft. Really nice. Really nice. Got the mirror turned off. Obviously, again, VR. It's quite heavy on the requirements. But as you can see, everything in here works. I think I know what most of it does. Yeah. Already got the radiator open, so I ain't going to touch that. And what we can do is let's get the gun sight on. It's a sunny day. Happy days. And the guns actually do sound really quite nice. Got it mapped. But when she's up, with it all trimmed out, joysticks on, and the sounds are wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Let's go and have a look. These are just some ships. Obviously they're not historically accurate, but then neither is the map. But it's something to fly around with. It's going to beat the wrong wheel. Throttle it up. The blackout in this game is horrendous, or horrific. It's brilliantly implemented, but it's horrific. Oh, nearly. Looks like they're landing from the sea, so I haven't actually put it down yet. See what happens. Okay. Oh. We're going to come in from the sea. We're going to see what happens. She wants to hit the deck, apparently, about 70 knots. Indicated airspeed 70 mile an hour. So, let's see if we can do it in that. Oh. Okay, we need to lead off a bit of speed. What we got? 200. Let's see if we can jam the flaps up. And let's get the gear down. This isn't going to be a soft landing. Gears locked in. Oh. She's very floaty on landing. Very floaty. Bit quick. Bit quick. Come on. No, don't do it. Ha. Very quick. Need to go a lot slower. But you get the idea. It's not a particularly nice place to be. Can we eject the hand? There he goes. Now will it let me jump out? It will. Now what happens? Oh. Brilliant. Come on, baby. Let's get out of here. Turn around and have a look at the crate. Well, I'm pleased I did this. I didn't know you could walk around. We've lost the back section. We've lost the rudder. Should have took the flaps down, really. It's not very professional. And that's that, really. Like I say, hopefully following those steps, it's going to be easier for us all to get online with a bit of luck. Okay, thanks very much.